Welcome to another video. If you're first time here, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. For my returning subscribers, you guys rock. Thanks very much. If you're new, I call this channel Rika Yangu, and I share tips about living in Switzerland as a foreign woman. Um, Today, I will share something really interesting and personal to you. So, I will also give personal answers. And but remember, these are my opinions. Everybody can make their own decisions. So, uh, why do Kenyan women prefer to date Kenyan women in Europe? Why do Kenyan women prefer to date Nigerian guys instead of dating Kenyans? Um, I think there are different answers, but I will answer you as what I think and what I know from the years being here. So, as a Kenyan, or let's put it this way, we grow up knowing that you will marry somebody not so far away and all that stuff. So, but when Kenyan women come here, you find that most of them are dating Nigerian guys. And the first time somebody asked me this was such a long time ago. One woman asked me because her daughter was dating a Nigerian and her daughter's best friend was also dating a Nigerian. Then I told her, I don't know, I'm not interested. I've never dated a Nigerian and all that. But as time went on, and from looking around, I think I have a very simple answer. Nigerians are like, how can I call it? They are these people who come by themselves to Europe and all that. Kenyans, most of the time, do wait for invitation to come to Europe. But Nigerians come on their own. So there are more Nigerians abroad. There are more Nigerians here in Switzerland or in Italy, Spain, German, or Austria. I think, let's put it this way. From 200 Nigerians, maybe I will see one Kenyan. So if I'm single and I'm looking, then if I'm single and I was looking to date an African guy, I think then it will be easier for me to meet a Nigerian than it is to meet a Kenyan. But before we go on, please subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends. Thanks very much. I really hope you did that. It will really help me out, and I appreciate. So, before we go on, let's put it this way. My husband is Nigerian, and I've been married for 9 years. It will soon be 9 years. Interesting, interesting. If you could have asked me this before I met my husband, I could have said, who is crazy to date a Nigerian? I'm from Kenya. A Nigerian is from West Africa. How do we deal with all that? So, but I met my husband, and he's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. He's Nigerian. I'm Kenyan, and oh God, I'm very happy. And how can I say? I've said it since long that he's the I was looking for him all my life without knowing it. I didn't know it, but I was looking for him since I was born. But before I met him, I could have really said otherwise. But as I said, from 200 here in Europe or here in Switzerland, I will have to meet 200 Nigerians before I meet one Kenyan. For example, I was single for 7 years here in Switzerland, and in these 7 years, the only Kenyan I met, uh, who was thinking we could have something. My God, he is my mom's age more or less, my dad's age more or less. So when he talked to me, I was, oh my, what is that? And the funny thing is that I know him, I've known him since I came here, but it seems this day he was too drunk to, he didn't even remember me. Akode was here. So I went there, and that's where I saw the guy, and he didn't remember me, but I've known him since I came here. So he thought I was a new lady, and he tried, and I was like, oh my God. As Nigerians will always say, over my dead body. I just said to myself, over my dead body. So that is the more or less the only solo Kenyan I've met here. Apart from another solo Kenyan I met was also was a workmate. I wasn't interested. He wasn't interested. And that was that. Apart from that, you only see Nigerians. So it's not as if Kenyans are fighting to date Nigerians and things like that, but it's just like if I say today, or if I said back then, no, I'm only trying to date a Kenyan, I will not find a Kenyan, I will find a Nigerian. But for me personally, I feel that's the reason why you find that Kenyans abroad are dating Nigerians more than they date Kenyans. It's because there are just no solo Kenyans here. Which Kenyan will I find to date? They are just not there. But yeah. Now, why are there so many solo Nigerians than Kenyans? I think a lot of Nigerians can come through the desert. Excuse me, my in-laws is, I don't know if it's a bad thing to say, but that's the reality. A lot of Nigerians come through the desert and the sea. So it's more easier for them to come to Europe. As a Kenyan, and all the Kenyans I know here, I've never ever met somebody who say, I just came on my own, I figured out my way and all. You will find that a Kenyan was either brought by their wife or their husband, or very, very, very few. You will find the ones who came with their that a sister invited them and they managed to stay, because it also doesn't happen. The government here is very strict about it. If I bring my sister here or my brother here, the government is very strict. I don't know the rules now, but back in the day, when I invited my brother to visit, or when I invited my sister to visit, there was an agreement I had to sign that if I lose this person, you know, a person is so small, you can lose them. So if you lose the person, back in the day, I don't know how it is today, you had to pay, God, I don't know if it was 15,000 Swiss franc or 50,000 Swiss franc for the expenses to look for this person in case you lost them. So, uh, very few people will bring a relative here and just say, okay, just get lost, or I'm just going to lose you, and that will be that. We just don't do that because, again, if it happens, if I invited somebody and I lost him, then that will be that. I could never ever invite somebody else here. So we are always careful about such things. Um, Again, another thing, you find that the Kenyans who are here, men or women, as I said, they were brought with a local here. So they are still in relationships, or their relationships have broken down, and Jua Kali. Um, when I'm already here, I will have it so difficult to think that, oh, okay, the relationship I had here with the Swiss person broke down, so I'm going to back to Kenya to find a husband. No, I'm not so stupid. It's still the same thing, and most of the time, just like I did when I came here, just like the next person do when they come here, the person you got to bring from Africa will come with their expectations and their dreams and their, and soon you realize you cannot fulfill these dreams. So the marriages fail anyway, one way or the other. So it doesn't matter if today I think, oh, I'm Kenyan, I'm solo, and I'm going back to Kenya to find a husband, so he's a Kenyan, it will work. No, it doesn't always work. Um, but having said that, if I was single today, will I go out looking for a Kenyan? I don't know. I don't think so. Will I go out looking for a Nigerian? Again, I don't know. I really, really don't know. What I know is now and here. Tomorrow will take care of itself. But what I know now and here is that, well, I'm very happy. And okay, sometimes it's difficult. If you meet Kenyan friends, people are so judgmental. Exactly. People are so judgmental if you say, I'm married to a Nigerian. I remember there was a time, and then let me put it this way, I lost quite a lot of friends when I got married, because it was like, oh, she's married to a Nigerian. Or one time I was with friends, and I wanted to use the toilet, and then somebody said, and I don't even know how I had it, be careful. She's married to a Nigerian. Don't accept her. To leave her bag here to go in the toilet, she can put you in trouble. And that was really offensive and hurtful. Okay, more or less, it's also a fact that most of the broader here, or the broader, do have balls in the mouth. If you know it, you know what I mean. If you don't ask me. But most people think or say, or maybe it's also true that most of the brothers here do have balls in the mouth. So, but I found it quite offensive and hurtful that somebody I had known for a long time said such a thing just because I was married to a Nigerian. And he's a brilliant guy. I wouldn't have it any other way. And if I could do it again, if I could do it 100 times, I will still marry my husband. Now, for sure, there are things like the language barrier, or 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 the food. West Africans eat totally different as we Africans, as we East Africans. But those are things you have to deal with. I mean, those are things you have to deal with there. For example, I'm from Kisumu. So if I today married, let's say, if I married a Nandi, I will have to learn to drink mosek. I don't even know the word. Or if I married a Kamba, I will have to learn to eat mdokoi and such stuff. So I'm married to a West African. I learned to eat okra, or I learned to um I learned that when I'm cooking meat, it's they call it stew or soup. That instead of thinking I will put skuma wiki and maybe meat, I learned that in West African cooking they will put crayfish, they will put what is this ugly fish? They will put ice fish in the same pot. Then they will put chicken, put meat, put put shaki. Shaki is matumbo in Kenya. Then put vegetable on top of it. So it's a mishmash of everything. They call it in the West Indies. They call it jambalaya. I, if I'm not wrong, I think they call it jambalaya in the West Indies. It's more like pick up everything you can find, put it in one pot and cook it. So I had to learn these things, or I had to learn that you put pepper in food until you feel you are suffocating when you eat. But along the way, I learned all this, and today I cannot eat food when it's not spicy. So that's that. But it's not as if Kenyan ladies here abroad are running after Nigerian men. It's just like, oh, excuse my language. Oh, I will hate it when my husband hear this, but it is what it is. It's like they're they are what's available. They are who you will meet on the street. They are who you will meet on parties. They are who you will meet if you are looking for an African boyfriend and such stuff. Now, I wasn't looking for an African boyfriend, Kenyan or non-Kenyan. It wasn't anything like that. It was just fate that I met my husband. Now, some people will think, but you are Kenyan. How can you be married to West African? Or how can you be married to a Nigerian and all that? Um, for me personally, I think more or less it's like me getting married to a Luo. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Take today, deal with it. Tomorrow, let it take care of itself. Am I happy that I'm married to a West African? Oh, yes, I'm very happy. Um, like in every relationship, we have to work in things all the time. We have to work at making the relationship successful, but it's not different like how can I say, it's not different to me personally. It's not different like okay, I was never married to a Kenyan man, but I think more or less, excuse me, more or less, I don't think there is a difference between getting married to a Nigerian and a Kenyan man. I think if I married a Kenyan man today, he can still live when he wants. If I'm married to a Nigerian, he can still live when he wants. So it's just a question of both of us working at the relationship. Now, if you go to Spain or Italy or whichever place, again, it's still the same thing. You will meet more. You will meet 200. In Italy, it's even more. Let's put it this way. In Italy, I will meet 500 Nigerians before I meet one Kenyan. So if I was looking for a relationship with an African man, then it just make more sense that I will have a relationship with a Nigerian than I will have with the Kenyan, because I will not meet a Kenyan. But having said that, do I wish it was other way around, or do I wish I had met a Kenyan? Absolutely not. Um, if you are a Luo, you are going to understand this. If I had married a Luo, it will be like, ah, whatever, adak makati yonge. Oh, my husband wouldn't tell me that, so we are fine. We are fine. We are trying our best every day. Like I said, just like you will work at a relationship between a Kikuyu man and a Kikuyu woman, same like for me as a Kenyan, I have to work at my relationship with a Nigerian. Now, um, are there are there things which you should know? Also, for example, let's put it this way. For example, there are times my husband will say something like, oh, they're from Anambra State. We don't marry them because women from Anambra are this and this. Or you will hear, oh, she is a Bini. We Igbos, we don't marry Bini because of this and this. Then it make me think, oh, what does he say about me, a Kenyan? You understand what I mean? But again, it's the same thing. Even in Kenya, uh, in my place, they will say, oh, you are a Luo, you are not going to marry a Kikuyu. Or, oh, you are a Luo, how can you marry a Taita? Or how can you marry a Nandi? So more or less, I think it's for the two individuals to decide if they want to make it work or not. So guys, I'm going to stop talking for a while and give you a chance to share my video, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, leave me a message below. I will sure answer your message. Thanks very much. Let me have a sip of drink. Now, to something I wanted to answer. And remember, I'm not answering this because I had it from a friend, or I'm not answering this because a friend did it. I'm answering this because I did it. I'm answering this because it affected me personally. And that is, how is it to get married to a Nigerian when you are abroad? Especially for me as a Kenyan and he is a Nigerian, how was it? This was I have to admit this was very, very difficult. And sometimes I think this is the only time I think if I had to do it all over again, there is just no way I will do it. Getting married was very difficult because there, there is quite a lot of red tape, especially. I don't know if it could have been easier if I was marrying a Kenyan, but me Kenyan, my husband Nigerian, getting married was a lot of red tape. And there was even a time, and this is not for me, I've heard this from different people. The embassy, the Swiss embassy, has to go to his village back there in Nigeria to find out about him. Is he a criminal? Is he married? And all that. And remember, all this is cash from your pocket. So this is the only time I will say if I could do it again, or if I knew it, then I could have thought twice, because that can really take a toll on you, because it's just a lot of red tape when you are getting married to a Nigerian. But again, as I said, I don't know if it's the same thing if I was getting married to a Kenyan. This I don't know, but when I got married, oh, it was a lot of red tape. Because remember, I'm here, yet I'm here, my husband is not in his village, and yet the embassy still wants to go to his village to find out about him and such things. And it's just, you are always putting your hands in the pocket to get out money. They are doing this, they are doing this, and I've just been to some places which I could not think I could have gone any other reason, for any other reason. So that is the only difficult part, or that is the only, that was the only regret. Apart from that, like I said, it's like any other marriage. We have our fights. We work at everything the best we can. Otherwise, apart from the language barrier that I have to speak English with my husband, and I do lose a lot of words when I speak in English. But with the time, he has also learned a few words in Dutch and all that. And it's again different. When I'm recording, it's like, oh. I have to make the rhythm. So that's different. If it's here, if I lose a word, I will just think of it, and we go on. But apart from that we have to speak in English. It's just like being married to a Kenyan man or to a Kikuyu or whatever. Now, how do Nigerian women feel that this Kenyan came here and took our future husband or our son or whatever? I don't know. I don't ask. And you know, my husband was a grown up when I met him, so he had his reasons. And whatever. So he made his choice. I made my choice. I don't go around asking my in-laws, how do you feel that a Kenyan lady? No, I don't ask, but in general, we are okay. So, especially, this I think is for ladies and for men. Kenyan ladies in Europe are not running after Nigerian men, but they are the men we have available here if we wanted African men. And okay, something again, then why are there no Kenyans? Again, like I said, in Switzerland or in most of Europe, somebody has to invite you to come in. Then you find that, okay, maybe somebody who invited me was a Swiss, we married, the marriage broke up, and so most Kenyan men, not only Kenyan, even Nigerian, West Africans, East Africans, and all that, you will find that if a white person brought them here and the marriage broke down, most of the time it will be like, I'm going back to my country to bring a woman from my country, or I'm going back to my country to marry a woman from my country to bring her here. So by the time I'm thinking, okay, I want to marry a Kenyan, I'm single, but the Kenyan man is thinking, okay, my Swiss wife, my German wife, or whatever left me, I'm not looking for a Kenyan woman here. I'm going back to Kenya to find a younger Kenyan wife to bring here, which is, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I don't care. Because really, I think this is fantasy. A 50-year-old man or a 40-year-old man. What I mean is a 40-year-old man or a 50-year-old man, he had to have been over, let's call it 20, to have married here. Then he's married for maybe 5-10 years. The marriage breaks down. He's making arrangements to arrange himself again after the marriage breakdown. The time is going, so by the time he's ready to have another wife, maybe 5-10 years are gone, he's in his 40s. Then the man thinks, okay, I'm going home to bring a new wife. And he thinks he's okay to go bring a 20-year-old to be his wife just because she's a Kikuyu like him, or she's a Luo like him, or whatever. Is this the right thing to do? I don't know. I don't think so. I really don't think so, because I've also seen Kenyan marriages breaking here, or Nigerian marriages. And sometimes I do think, if I'm honest, I say to myself, if I'm honest, this marriage broke down because this woman is just too young for this man. This man is, yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for stopping by. And once again, no, we are not looking for Nigerian men here, but they are the men available. I could spend 5 years looking for a single Kenyan man here. I will not find. So that's that. So guys, thanks so much. I appreciate your time. Please, please, please share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks for your support. I really value your time. Bye-bye. Till next time.